Right, we use certain terms, light workers. We're in a game. We come here in specific roles and we all have missions. Some of us complete them and some of us don't. It's the experiment in unconsciousness. So we don't always discover it in one lifetime, so we will come back over and over again to complete the mission in different forms. So it's not like this is it. You will continually come back to complete the mission and then choose new ones. Maybe it'll be here, maybe it'll be someplace else. I'm hoping someplace else next time. But we have a mission, and I want to talk about those light workers and share with you why it appears that they have taken a step back. Well, that's actually not what's going on at all. I'm going to tell you what's going on, and this may just make some sense to you. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. It can be amazing, but it will not be without challenges. Sorry, it's like going to school and expecting not to take classes. We signed up for this. I hope that you will subscribe. I really need your support because that keeps me going. And as my channel grows, I reach more and more people. And that expands that positive word out there that tells people we're in control, nothing is in stone, everything is a choice, and it can be whatever you choose. It could be amazing. Now I want to share something with you because I just did a video on a near-death experience guy who was so badly damaged in a car accident that he would not have survived, right? He couldn't come back and survive. So therefore, in his near-death experience, he was told that he had not completed his mission and that he, in this lifetime, was to come back. In order for that to happen, they had to shift him into a different reality. Well, I say they, but it's much more complex than that. He had to shift into a slightly different reality where he wasn't as damaged, the body wasn't as damaged, and he was able to come back, all right? That meant he still had the same family, all these other things were in place. However, he noticed some very big differences. He'd be watching television and he'd see people that in the first reality had died. And then here they're on a talk show. And this kept happening over and over again. He realized he was in a reality where he survived, but other people didn't in their lifetimes. And it was just that close that he had shifted over. He felt like a completely different person, all right? Things are going on here that are helping us to complete our missions. Now, these are unexplainable things unless you open yourself up to the fact that we can shift into any reality we desire, and that that mission that you came here to complete can be accomplished no matter what your circumstances. Light workers are simply people we name that appear to be doing, let's just see, more advanced spiritual practices, teachings, other things like that. Now, I spoke to you about the Bilderberg group. What do they represent? We don't really know for sure. Unless you've been in that meeting, everything is somebody's word or a conspiracy usually. But we know that things happen after they meet once a year. The most powerful people, influential people in the world get together in a private meeting. They don't even take notes. And then things happen after that, like apparently Obama got elected, who was a person we never had heard about, right? Everybody's like, who's this guy? Where'd he come from? What were their intentions? We don't know. We cannot know. But here's what I want to share with you about that. And that is there will always be a group of people who are going to start to team together to accomplish their goals. They're doing it now. Have you noticed that those people in high places, they work in groups? They have their buddies, right? And then they have their clubs. And then they have all of these things that go on where they use all of their skills and talents and resources, and they pull them together. What happens to the community out there that's struggling? They don't feel like they have support, right? They don't feel like they have support, and they don't feel like they are being treated like a loving community. There's the difference. This is purposely programmed. If you know that community can be powerful and you can accomplish a lot of things, what are you going to do to counterbalance that with people that you don't want to live their lifestyle? You want to control it. Well, you're going to convince them that they should be fragmented, and you're going to place things out there that will make them fight with each other. Yes. Isn't that what we're doing? Yeah, totally. And argue with each other. So it keeps the masses fragmented, separated, and that's the lowest form, that's the basement. And you could say that they're in the basement too, they are. But they're powerful within their darkness. All right? What's darkness? It's just ego, self-serving, all those things. It's just a low frequency that operates in the material world, emphasizes the material world than anything, right? There are big consequences to that, cause and effect. So don't worry, we all get our comeuppance. We're not here to want anybody else to suffer. But we know that what works here. Why aren't we doing it? Well, I'm going to tell you something about light workers. Light workers, instead of going out there and speaking and making a big deal, and people are already catching on to the fact that we are all powerful equally, and that money has nothing to do with that. In fact, anybody can have money. It's how you earn it and how you spend it that places that in a frequency, makes it evil or good, right? So we got to get away from that programming too, that money's evil. So here's what's happening. Light workers have come to the forefront. We saw all these books in the last decade or so that now are totally feasible, and people are purchasing these books and saying, yeah, this is the real deal. Mine's one of them. The stuff I said in there it's outrageous a decade ago, and now it makes perfect sense. It's really out there. But here's what happened. I was told, as I was writing it in all crazy hours, it was total downloads. I would just sit there and it would come at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. What was that? Well, I got message. I have clear audience, which is, I get, you do too. You like that message you got and you're not paying attention. That's total intuition. We're connected to our own higher self that is not afraid and that doesn't cower or play these games, right? We have that information at all times. It's up to us to tap into it. Well, my message was, this has to come out now. The timing was right. The world is ready for that information. So we are raising our frequency and we're opening ourselves up to our own power. Light workers are now dropping all this information out there. But here's what's happening. People are now catching on. We don't have to keep preaching it all the time like we have been and instructing people. We just have to keep them motivated in that space to understand, yes, you're programmed. It's going to take a while to get out of that. You'll always be triggered. You'll always question yourself. You'll be filled with all kinds of media and things that are going to want you to oppose other people and to keep you in that space of detachment and conflict. You're going to have to work on that all the time. So light workers are there to help keep you on track and guide you to know that that is just a choice. And it's a prominent one here in your face. So it's not an easy one to step away from. But the one thing that you're going to see is action. Light workers are taking action. So as creators, we can talk and teach, which is great. But what do we do to create those communities and organizations and, just say for the people? I mean that in a very positive way, for the people, abundance, health, not broke, out in off-grid. And I promote off-grid, but the guys who I promote are not broke. It's just not, their emphasis is not about being rich. It's about living an amazing lifestyle in peace and harmony, in nature, and earning money doing it. And that allows other people to participate with them. Now here is what I want you to know. Light workers are taking action, so it'll appear that they are stepping back. You don't hear that much about prominent light workers, do you? Or you're going to see more of it. So you know that I created Digital Explorers. I'm helping people to create planet conscious businesses. And the first thing people say, I don't have business experience, I don't know what I want to do, I don't know the internet. And I thought, this is what we're programmed to believe. If you're not part of that group that has the experience or the PhD or the whatever it is, that you can't possibly hit those goals, be in that category. And I'm teaching people that you can. I created a whole platform. This is what you can start doing. What can you start creating? And it doesn't take money to do most of the things out there. It's a community garden. It's working with the elderly. It's creating platforms for children to make sustainable higher choices. It's for parents who've got their kids being programmed and giving them another way to bring their children up that's much more, let's just say, happier place, more productive, and will contribute to a new world where others are placed first and that we can live in that peaceful golden era. Light workers aren't actually stepping back. They're stepping forward in action. So it appears, instead of their presence here, talking, we have Eckhart Tolle and all those great people out there. All of us have words to say to keep you on track, to know what's going on here. But we are also taking action. I created Breakthrough Fear for people who needed to deprogram. I created the business platform. If you go down in my description, I promote off-grid properties that generate income. And you don't need money to purchase it or great credit. You just have to have a plan, and these guys have a plan, and they help you to do that. I'm giving you options. Light workers are creating options in the material world for you. So we can sit and read these things all day that we know are beautiful and amazing and feel good and meditate. But unless we take action, that out there is not going to change. So we are now stepping into that spot. We're stepping into that space where we're implementing all that we've taught. And that's what's going on right now. And it's up to you if you want to participate in that. And you say, well, what can I do? Take options. Take the options. Light workers are giving you options. We're teaching things. We're sharing things. We're giving you business plans that work in a world that's healthy and respects nature and animals. We are detoxifying. How do you do that? You can learn all of these things. You can join all of these movements. You don't always have to be the creator of the movement. If you're a part of a movement that's peaceful, caring, and loving, and focused on that, you won't be watching the other stuff that's programming you. They're teaming up, all of them. They know they're more powerful. If I'm losing traction here, and I'm not talking about any one person, by the way, I'm talking about all of them. If I'm losing traction, what do I need to do? I need to get with another power player to get my way, to get in front of the public, to get their trust that what I'm telling them is how things are and that they're going to be sheep following. No, we're going to turn around and go in a different direction and say we're creating. And I keep saying this. And I know you guys say, I don't know how to do it. You will know how to do it. You will find it, but you have to seek. What does that mean? You can't be on these negative media videos and all this stuff, believing this stuff. If it's negative at all, that is not a light worker. Light workers would never tell you anything negative. They would tell you options from that space that you want to stay away from, the negativity. They give you options, right? Here is another world, and that's the new world we're creating. I hope this makes sense. Take a look. You're going to see more of it, and you'll realize, wait a second, I can actually join this. I can actually learn this. This is free. Check it out. And then if you want to take the course, we've got amazing students over there changing their lives and the world. And this isn't all easy stuff, by the way. Nothing here is easy. We didn't choose easy. But you're going to get great satisfaction in achieving your mission here. And then you will never have to come back and do it again. You don't get out of anything. You chose it. Accept it. And know that this all has great purpose. This is your opportunity to be amazing. Because you already are. You are already perfect. It's your opportunity to go into that space where all things are possible and to use your creative power, because you are the one that is all things, that is one thing, all happening at once. And any shift in any reality is yours to choose. Yeah. And it sounds a little crazy when you hear some of these stories, but that's exactly how it works. There are no limitations of any kind to Source. Source is all that can be, all that has been, all that will be, all that is, and beyond. So I hope you'll, again, subscribe, share my videos, go buy my book if you really want to reinforce that you hold this power. And then I hope to see you guys in Digital Explorers. That is an amazing place where you may want to check it out, because it doesn't matter who you are. You can find a way to do anything you want if you want it bad enough. Yeah? It's up to you, because miracles are possible. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you. Namaste.